Mahalo and welcome to Pacific Pulse. I'm Tania Nugent. Coming up, bamboo, a new crop for Samoa. A snapshot of custom and conflict across Melanesia. And the kaneka sounds of New Caledonia's Mexem. Bamboo is usually associated with Asia, but Samoa is now growing bamboo in trials that could see it become a valuable new crop to supplement the country's agricultural produce. Clement Paligaru has the story.
They gently sway in the breeze that sweeps across Samoa's main island of Upolu. Only a handful of bamboo groves are found here. But a growing number of Samoans believe these tall members of the grass family could hold the key to future prosperity.
People like me, the poor one, you can make it, how to fix a chair, paper, sell it, you take money, and you build your own house by bamboo.
The high cost of importing timber for construction is forcing Samoans to consider alternatives.
There are no other tree in our forest make timbers, house.
Samoa, like many other Pacific countries, have exhausted their hardwoods. And so we are importing timber from overseas, made in New Zealand, at an increasing pace over the last 10 years.
A group of regional and non-government organizations, in partnership with the University of the South Pacific and the Samoan government, is exploring the potential of a new bamboo industry for Samoa.
You can use the bamboo just as is, as construction material or as furniture making material. But one of the more exciting things is to make a chipboard and compress the bamboo chips and make all kinds of building materials out of it.
It's a good building material that requires relatively less processing than, say, softwoods like pine or certainly hardwoods.
Bamboo is also fast growing.
This one popped out of the ground just over a week ago. They do grow up to a foot per day.
It is the ideal climate for bamboo to grow. And bamboo, of course, is a grass, so it grows prolifically. And it keeps growing for up to 100 years. So it is an ideal crop for sustainable development.
These are the very easy plants to grow, to transplant. Just only 5 years. But plant the tree for the timber is 20 years and more than that.
Bamboo can become a weed, but Samoa is trialling clumping species, not the damaging running bamboo.
Our immediate objective is to plant a critical mass of bamboo so that we would be in a position to say within so many years we guarantee so much cubic feet of bamboo per year. And then of course you have the next step of creating an industry.
We'll take a section of the plant, a nodal cutting.
Scientists at the University of the South Pacific's Alafua campus in Samoa are researching building stocks of suitable bamboo species using tissue culture.
In theory, you can actually use this tissue culture micropropagation to create exponentially larger numbers of plants.
In the sterile laboratory, the cuttings are cleaned and prepared. The healthiest stem sections are chosen and cultivated not in soil but in culture. It's a way of breeding consistent varieties for farmers. It's also insurance against disease in the field.
Samoa used to produce the majority of the world's taro. It was their primary export, and they went down to single figures percentages. within a few years of the taro blight coming in. We're trying to prevent that happening with bamboo by being able to have clean germlines stored within the laboratory.
Not far from the Samoan capital, a farmers' cooperative at Vailele is trialling bamboo on a 0.4 hectare plantation. These plants will be ready for harvest in another year. Big tree, how long does it take to grow?
Oh, only 2 years. It's very fast.
The villagers are already propagating more plants from this grove.
The simple investment of a couple hundred tala and setting up a quarter acre or half an acre or 1 acre of bamboo, which in the long run, within 7 to 10 years, will give the farmers a regular income for very little work of maintenance.
Then I'm going to make my house with the bamboo to show the people of Samoa.
The archipelago of Melanesia, from Timor to Fiji, has a history of political unrest that continues today. An Australian photojournalist based here in Vanuatu has spent 15 years exploring the relationships between these conflicts and local custom on a journey into the spirit world of Melanesia.
It's a fantastic region to work in. It's all based on stories, stories as currency here.
Photojournalist Ben Bohane has been covering the Pacific, particularly Melanesia, since 1994, when he went to Papua New Guinea to report on the Bougainville War.
I came to realise that many of the conflicts we have in Melanesia have their roots in a custom or cult movement. They tend to get dismissed as being wacko, cargo cults and whatever else, but in the colonial period, these were really the movements that became nationalist movements. And since independence, they've now evolved into other movements reflecting, land rights or whatever.
Cargo cults emerged in many traditional societies in Melanesia after they were exposed to the advanced technology and material wealth of outsiders. The phrase cargo cult refers to the belief that rituals and worship were a way to obtain this cargo.
For an outside audience, the first thing I often say is, if you're coming into the region, you've got to take off your secular goggles and understand that whenever you're here, you're in a 24/7 spirit world. You'll have obviously layers of Christianity and Islam and all sorts of other ideas. Sometimes it veers into what we would call cult and cargo cult movements. But that's just their way of grappling with modernity and all of these other ideas that have come in over the last century or two.
Ben has donated a collection of 120 photographs taken over 15 years to the Vanuatu Cultural Centre. 30 feature in an exhibition titled The Black Islands, Spirit and War in Melanesia.
This is a pilot exhibition and we're hoping to make it part of a much bigger kind of touring exhibition around the Pacific.
The Pacific Islands Museum Association has moved its headquarters from Fiji to Vanuatu and plans to take the exhibition to New Caledonia, Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Hawaii and even to Asia.
And we'll be showing this work in Cambodia at the Angkor Photo Festival, so even in Asia I think it's important to now also make those bridges to Asia, since many of these Melanesian countries have adopted a kind of look north policy. And we're going to see increasing influence from China, from India, from Indonesia. So I think, it's just about sort of bringing a body of work that can help a bit more understanding of this region.
And for more on any of our stories, you can always go to the Pacific Pulse website. And we'll leave you now with more energy and excitement from Festnapuan here in Port Vila. The kaneka sounds of Mexem from New Caledonia. Enjoy.